Thanks for watching. This is the first in a series of maybe 4 or 5. I'm going to go around and look at Wats that are in and around Siem Reap city. And these ones we're going to look at today are in the south. Just for a bit of navigation, Phnom Penh's there, Banambang is to the west, Angkor Wat's to the north, Tonle Sap Lake is to the south, and the section that we're interested in is the road 63 that goes from Siem Reap southwards. First Wat is about 5.5 k's from Siem Reap centre. It's called Wat Po Bantache. As you can see, there's a lot of space in this one. It's probably the biggest grounds of the 3 that I visited today. There's my new scooter. There was nobody else there apart from some women who were sweeping the grounds. I wonder if that was some sort of devotion that's relevant to it being the first day of the new year, but I'm not sure. Turquoise colour of that building was really nice in the sun. I got to this Wat at about 3:30 in the afternoon, so it was not incredibly hot and nice colour, nice shadows. Just a good time to walk around, really. All 3 of the Wats I visited today had those 2 spires at the back of the main building. I'm really not sure what they symbolise, and if anyone watches this and knows, I'd be really keen to find out. These are stupas that house either remains of nuns and monks or Buddhist relics, different descriptions. I spied this astroturfed kind of lotus leaf, I don't know what you'd call it, set up down here. Beautiful, I think it's a bronze carving anyway. And then at the back of this Wat, I found a really nice kind of reservoir, boree, some big fish inside there, and a very, very friendly Wat cat. And a bit of a poke around in there. It's very peaceful, very friendly cat. There were also some really strange buildings to the back of this Wat grounds. I don't know what they were, but they, pardon the pun, they were really small, almost like, I don't know, little huts where people might live, but they all have numbers on them. I'm not sure whether there were monks or nuns come to live when they visit from another region or what they are, but these are them here. There was a woman down there to the right, sweeping, cleaning up. There's a bicycle there. Yeah, these are the buildings I was mentioning just before. Some of them anyway. So it's just like little tiny huts. There were some more stupas in here. Someone else was sweeping up in there. Seemed a bit sort of intrusive to go in, so I didn't. And then I spied that big building down the back there. I think that's the kind of end of the Wat grounds, but it was getting a bit lonely out there. There was a dog, there was a guy that was looking a bit dodgy, so I turned around and scooted back to the front and found my kitty friend, which was good. He headbutted the phone. That just shows you the kind of state of the road around here, and a new bridge. Second Wat is about 3 kilometres from the city, and it's called Wat Kon Moch. This one's got something special to show you as well. I think those are the buildings where the head monks live. And then over to the right, oh hello, what a nice scooter. I wonder who owns that pretty thing. So, pardon me, I think up ahead is the main building of the Wat grounds. This is a secondary building. There are actually some monks in there doing some welding, which is quite funny because they had their orange robes on, and then a secondary piece of orange fabric wrapped around their heads as a guard against the flying pieces of hot metal. Strange beasts there. It's not a lotus leaf tableau. Lots of wildlife in these Wats. This one's got horses. Prancy horses. So I went up the stairs. There was a guy kind of trailing me at this point, but I tried not to be too concerned about that, because it probably wasn't anything sinister, just curiosity. Elephants, more elephants. They always have the same kind of layout, the main temple building. It's got kind of a veranda that runs around the outside and then a further veranda on the outside of that, so almost like two layers. These two tall spires at the back. This one had a drum at the back, I'll show you in a second. Spirit house there. And yeah, that's where the drum is at the back there. Or maybe it's actually the front, I don't know. But this Wat had a bit of a surprise. Had this new building that they're putting together at the back here. And I could see when I went over there, or when I was about to go over there, that there's a bit of a diagram of what they're trying to achieve. So I thought I'd go and have a look, see how far along it is. There's a drawing of how it's going to look in the end. They've got 2 stories at the moment. Bottom floor seems to be structurally complete, but there's nothing much going on in there. So I did go and have a look. I didn't venture very far in because there was a guy lying in a hammock and it didn't look like there was much to see apart from some paintings, which are really nice. The colours are just so luminous. But without knowing what they're depicting, kind of stories, it's really hard to appreciate them as much as you might. And I gave this dog a big fright. Boo! Poor thing. Anyway, I went around here and noticed that it would be quite easy to go up to the 2nd floor. My inner Jeremy was saying, don't do such a silly thing when you're by yourself, but I had to just ignore that, I suppose. So here we are on the 2nd floor. I could see there were some nice paintings on the ceiling there, which we'll go and have a look at in a minute. There are some stairs up there to the rooftop, which I went halfway up and got really scared and had to scoot back down on my bottom because I was worried that I might fall over and no one would know where I was. But these are really lovely as well. Look at that. Look how luminous they are. I don't know how they manage that just with normal colours. Really good. You can imagine it's going to be quite stunning when it's finished. I just had a bit of a poke around. There was no one on this level. There's the stairs there. I went to the back here and was really surprised to find... See down there? It's like evidence of a really... not a restaurant, but catering for a lot of people. Maybe it's the workers that are doing stuff inside this building at the moment. But all around this is just houses and people's land and life going on. So it gives you a bit of a nice perspective of that too. Stupas on the left, back down the stairs. And here we are in the 3rd Wat, which is the closest to Siem Reap city centre at 2.5 kilometres. It was getting to be quite late in the afternoon by the time I came here, which was, you know, really nice for the light, nice and soft. Oh, look at that beautiful scooter. This one as well. Check out that wildlife. We got zebras. I don't know what that is. More elephants, different colours. I'd really like to understand all the symbolism of this stuff. One day, hope to be able to do that. Stupas there. The gilding on this one was really nice. in the late afternoon light. Look at this, everything's just gold and shiny. There were some people here having a water blessing from one of the monks, which basically involves them sitting there and the monk saying prayers and pouring pretty much a whole bucket of water over their heads. They were just saturated when they left, but they seemed really happy that they'd had it done. It was a nice thing to see for New Year's Day. The spires again, some bigger stupas there, maybe more important monks, more important relics. If anyone knows what those two spires are about, I'd love to know.